My story starts a lot of years ago, and I just want you to know that I learned something at the Bundy Ranch. I learned a number of things. When we had our battle in Utah, Cliven Bundy showed up in Orion. That was way back when, in the 90s. And so when his battle began, he called me and my friends, and we came. Cliven says, whatever it takes. We have a new motto, W-I-T, whatever it takes. That's what we have to do. We don't know what whatever it takes is going to mean. We don't know what's going to mean to you. Are you willing to stand and do whatever it takes? We're here to restore and defend the Constitution of the United States. This Bundy family has shown you that we will do whatever it takes. They have given up so much. LaVoy Finicum was one of my friends. I knew his grandparents, I knew his parents, I knew his family, his aunts, his uncles. He was a cowboy, and we were from a small town. We're not anybody special, but we have honor, we have integrity. And that day before this happened, we got a phone call. And because of the things that occurred in the Bundy's ranch, I knew that if Ammon said we needed to help the Hammonds, that the Hammonds were good people and we needed to be there. LaVoy was a great student of Cliven Bundy, and he believed that we could restore the Constitution. And we had to learn it first. First, we had to be dedicated, and our hearts had to be right. We knew that. That day wasn't like most days. Things had been kind of ramping up. The media had left. We were out to the refuge. We didn't go there with any intent to stay. We went to march around the Safeway. LaVoy, like myself, was going to be there for one day and go home. That's not what happened. But we knew that we had to take the hard stand, because who told us that? Ammon Bundy. I didn't know what a Mallier was. I didn't even know where the refuge was. I had no idea. But we knew when we got there that we had a responsibility. I knew that that evidence for the Hammonds was there. And I searched. And we found lots of stuff. Because of legal ramifications at this moment, we're not through with this. I don't know exactly how much I can tell you, but I do know this. They have wanted to keep me shut up for a very long time. But I couldn't. Especially on that day, I needed to go home. And I had been gone for 26 days. I have a lot of kids, a lot of grandkids, a lot of businesses. I needed to go home for at least to take care of some things. The day before, Jeanette had been there, LaVoy's wife, and she said, it's going to be LaVoy's birthday the day after tomorrow. Could you please give him this jerky and stuff for his birthday? Sure. Well, that day, the morning I walked into the office, we'd had a meeting, and one of the people over in Grant County had set up a meeting for us to come and teach the Constitution. We had been doing it in Harney County, and other counties were coming. And they knew what we were teaching was correct. They felt the Spirit. The Lord was testifying to them that what was being taught was truth. We had the Spirit of the Lord at that refuge. People came. People knew. They believed. They felt it. I feel in my heart when things are right, just like you. When we got into that, I was busy working on paperwork. When the time came for everybody to head for John Day, I wasn't supposed to go. I didn't have time to go. But at the very last minute, a young girl had come to see her family, who had just come late the night before, Victoria Sharp. When she got there, I was so excited to see them because I hadn't seen them since the Bundy Ranch. They showed up at the darkest hour. The darkest hour, when media ran away from us because they said Cliven Bundy was a racist. Whoa, that was the farthest thing. It was terrible. And it was a horrible black day. Black days until I got a knock at the door, and there was this little woman bouncing up and down, and she had 10 children, and she called us out that she came to sing. And she sang us the most beautiful hymn, a wonderful song. And we went out in the yard, and we just wept. And now they showed up at the refuge. And we called it the Harney County Resource Center. And this young woman had come to be with her family, and I wanted to listen to them sing. So they sang the night before. And they were going to go with them to the meeting in John Day. I was excited to hear them, but I had so much to do and I couldn't go. So as I came over with the pile of papers, I saw that they were trying to get out of the resource center. They were running behind. They had timed it that everybody was leaving in every 10 minutes for safety purposes, because we knew that things were kind of ramped up because the media had now left, and that's not a good sign. I went to help them as I saw them trying to scamper around, trying to get dressed in their fancy clothes, get into their van, and I went to help. And I put down my stuff, and I went over there and helped them get into the van. Then it was time. Victoria wasn't there, and neither was the little boy. So we sent somebody down to the bunkhouse to get them to get in the van, because the mother was panicking. The little boy came, Stefan. But Victoria wasn't ready. She was in the shower. She's 18. You know, you gotta be beautiful. So she came. Within those 10 minutes, we were trying to get the next vehicle out. It was Lavoie's. I was helping Ryan pack the cameras and things into the back of the truck. And Victoria showed up with wet hair, and we put her into the truck. We looked for the camera guy. David was nowhere to be found, but we need to leave now. I said, okay, I really wanted to go, and I don't have time, but we have to leave right now, so I will go with you. I put the stuff in my car, grabbed the notebook, grabbed my camera, and jumped in the truck. I'm texting all the way down the road for 30 miles. I'm texting, telling everybody why I ran away and left them. You know, I will be back, I'll be back. I was involved in listening to a conversation. Victoria was sleeping on Ryan's shoulder. I was listening to Ryan Payne and Lavoie Finicum, who were in the front seat, talking man talk, you know, things like shaving your bald head and things like that. I was listening because, and I was trying to call my friend who lived in John Day. For 3 weeks I had told her I was coming to see her, and I never made it. So I said, go to the senior center. They're going to have this awesome concert, and I'm going to be there. Well, then immediately I have no cell service. And right after that, Ryan Payne says, it's a setup. Or Lavoie said it's a setup. Ryan Payne turns and he looks, and we see this whole string of unmarked vehicles and trailers, and unmarked vehicles was a little scary for me because this is what we had seen in Bunkerville at the Bundy Ranch. Lavoie said it's an ambush.
Wow.
No, Ryan said it was an ambush. And so we kept going down the road, but we watched those vehicles as they pulled around behind, and we had the Jeep close behind us. And Lavoie looks in the rearview mirror and he said, "Why are they slowing down?" Because we could see these cars coming out from behind that side road, snowy road, and we were a little bit worried about why the Jeep was stopping. We needed to get to John Day. We needed to get to a safety place. We needed to get to the sheriff. And as they came up around, that Jeep just stopped, pulled off the side of the road, and Lavoie wasn't going to stop. And suddenly, Ryan Payne says, "You got to stop," because they were coming upon us. And really reluctantly, Lavoie stops in the middle of the road, and his leg is bouncing up and down on the brake. I can see it, and he's nervous. And he's saying, "No, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go." As soon as we stop that car, Ryan Payne rolls down the window and puts his hands out. Victoria's up by now. She's awake. We can see this red laser. Cling, and I hear the bullet hit. Ryan Payne recoils back into the truck. "Are you shot?" He said, "No." But immediately he starts arguing with Lavoie. Lavoie's going, "Well, I'm getting it. We're going to the sheriff. I'm going to the sheriff." Ryan does a very strange things, and when they're arguing back and forth, because he knows that these guys can outrun us. It's an icy road. And he immediately goes into survival mode. He jumps out because he wants to protect us. He throws his hands into the air and he screams back at the people behind us, and he says, "There's women in the vehicle." And they yell something to him, and he says, they said, "Get out." Are you kidding? I look at Victoria, and her eyes are like saucers, and she says, "I'm not getting out. They're shooting at us." I said, "I'm not getting out either, and I'm not leaving her." So they take Ryan into custody. They make him walk backwards, and anyway, and then I can't see him. Ryan Bundy says, "What do we do?" I said, "We get out our very best weapons." And I reach to the floor, and I pick up my camera. Do you know what happened at the Bundy Ranch? We had cameras. We had our very best weapons. Mm-hmm. Do you know a picture's worth 1,000 words? Yeah. We learned that because that's what backed off the BLM when we were down in Nevada. We had all that evidence because we had everybody with cameras and voices, and we can speak. And I turned that camera on. And I made sure that that record button was on. And I held it up because I'm kind of short and I can't see. I'm holding up this camera. When I get to, Ryan turns on his cell phone. And then you'll hear me, and how many of you already seen my video?
Oh, yeah.
The whole world saw my video, right? You probably saw it before I ever saw it. I was in jail. When I got out of that truck, and I'm not going to go through the whole deal about the video, okay? But they fired on us before that camera was ever brought forward. When we get down to the end of the road, and we're stuck in the snow, and I have to turn that camera off, then it's time that I have to get out of the vehicle. Now, in the video, it shows that I'm trying to get Victoria out first. Now look, I'm not throwing her to the wolves. That's not what that plan was. My plan was, they aren't going to shoot her. I already knew that they were trying to kill Ryan Bundy. Lavoy and I knew that they wanted to take them out. And that first shot came through the back, not to Lavoy. And he was trying to protect him. And that's why he jumped out of that vehicle. And he leapt into the snow. I have a camera up here. I can't see the screen. But I can see with my eyes. And those pictures are burned in my brain. The things that are happening. And lasers are everywhere in that vehicle. And I know at any second we're going to get shot. And the bullets are bouncing off the window by my head. And that didn't break 5 times. We are praying our hearts out. Because we know the only way we'll be protected is by God. Why were they shooting at us for 12 minutes? Even after they killed Lavoy, they continued to shoot at us. Does that make sense?
Sure.
They weren't there. They were there. We weren't supposed to be there. I don't even believe they knew that we were there. Because it was a last-second thing. This was a kill zone.
Yeah.
I went out of that truck. And as I hit the ground, I had this broken foot. Because of this book. The Lord told me to write it and I didn't do it fast enough. So, I was trying to go through the tracks in the snow because it was too hard for me to bend my foot. And that tire was just spinning and I could see it already had spun a big block of ice underneath that track. And as I got out and I looked up, I saw the truck was still running. I knew it was a stick shift because he didn't even have time to take it out of gear. I looked over and I see Lavoy laying in the snow. And I know he's dead. And he's looking, he's facing me. And I'm looking for blood and wounds. And I see nothing. But I look up past him and there's all these trees. And out of these trees step men in camouflage with long rifles. They step to the left. I think I'm in a war zone. And I say, you have just killed an innocent man, and you will be held accountable, every one of you. As we walk to the top of that hill, Victoria is in cuffs and zip ties. When I get to the top, they put cuffs on me. At that moment, as I was walking up, they had asked me 5 times, who else is in the vehicle? Nobody. Nobody else is in the vehicle. Nobody. I'm the last one. When I got to the top of that hill and they put the cuffs on me, they opened fire on that truck and blew all the windows out, the rest of them. It made no sense to me. I don't understand. So after we're there for 2.5 hours singing songs, trying to keep her from going into shock, those types of things, they finally take us, put us in a van, and they take us down to where the other men are. We sit there for 3 more hours. 9:30 at night before we leave. I'm telling you that God was protecting us. But I know one thing for sure. They did not know. I mean, they did not have a warrant. They did not know that we were going to be there. And that's why they held us so long. They had already shot Ryan in the shoulder. And only because of God has led us to these trials. It is because he has to show his hand. Lavoy gave his life to defend us. Yes. And he knew that what he was doing was right. He had made that conscious decision that he needed to stand and protect the Constitution, defend the Constitution, preach the Constitution, and protect these young men who had children. He said that. These are young men who have children. I have to defend them. We're older. Our children are grown. He is one of many heroes. We have a lot of heroes. And it's amazing to me that for 26 days, he taught America. And the whole world listened to a cowboy who had learned a lesson from his hero, Cliven Bundy. Amen. I just want you to know, and I'm going to wrap it up because I want you to be able to hear Cliven. We won in a court because Ryan and I knew that the Lord told us that we needed to represent ourselves. The lawyers are liars. Amen. Okay? Amen. Amen. They blocked us. They blocked us. They did everything to stop us. And we didn't let them. Because we knew that the Lord was behind us. And they got so angry at me sometimes that I actually had my co-counsel scream at me in the courtroom and said, "You're going to screw this whole thing up." And I said, "Yes, I am." We have to do whatever it takes. The Lord had told me we weren't going to jail, and I knew it. So it didn't matter what I did. It did. We worked hard. We worked very hard. We had people like Roger Roots. We had people who dedicated their time and their energies and their talents who showed up. We had people that showed up with media. Look, we had people who were like Andrea. All these, and John Lamb, whose hearts were good. They came and they stepped forward, and they didn't get paid. They came because they knew they were supposed to be there. Are you listening to the Spirit to tell you what you're supposed to be doing? Yes. You have to stand up. That was the word. We have to stand. So together we stand. We do whatever it takes. So you do whatever it takes. Thanks.
I got numbers, but I can't call because we have no service.
Okay.
No, mobile network not available.
Do you have numbers for people here in town?
Yeah, but... Hang on!
Okay, they're shooting.
Hang on!
Okay, let's get down. Okay, we're here.
Go ahead and shoot me!
Jim! Trying to.
Shoot me!
Stay down, stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Damn it. Are they shooting him? Did I shoot him? You assholes. Oh my God! Hold still, hold still. Stay down.
Is
he dead? Don't get out. I'm EMT! EMT! Stop it. No!
Are you hit?
No, I'm EMT! Hold on, don't do anything. Hey, they're shooting. Don't do anything. Keep the door shut. Where the hell is Lavoy? Down.
I can't see.
No! Shut up. Stay down, Ryan.
Oh, God!
Ryan, stay down. Stay down. Whoa! Shit. Keep down.
Did they kill him?
I think they did, and they're shooting over here on this door.
I got hit too.
Okay, hold still.
Where did you
I don't know, it didn't.
Hold still, hold still.
Ryan, where did you get
hold
hit?
Still.
I'm not bleeding.
Okay, don't shoot
Where
us.
did you get hit, Ryan?
I'm okay. It's on
okay, I'm going to take some.
It's okay.
I'm taking some. Okay. Keep down. Oh, shit. Well, I don't know. Get out of the car. How are we supposed to get out of the car?
Did they tell us to get out of the car?
No, I can't hear anything. I don't dare get out of the car. Oh, shit. Quit shooting the windows.
Where are they shooting them?
They're hitting the windows. I don't know. They're trying to break our window.
God, keep us safe, please.
Please, please protect us,
Please,
God.
God. God.
Please protect us. Please protect us. Please protect us. We need help. We need help. We need help.
Did they kill him? They killed
No, I
him.
can see a laser coming in.
They killed. Oh my God, they killed him.
Okay. So where's the rest of everyone?
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah,
I can see lasers going by.
Where did you get hit?
I'm okay.
He's got lasers.
got a laser.
Keep your head down. I can see the laser. If you see a laser, keep it away from us. There's a laser on your knee. Stop! I don't dare get out because they'll shoot me.
I know.
Okay.
I don't like hunkering down here either.
Me either, but I don't know what to do because
I don't know.
they keep shooting lasers at us.
Get too stinking lax. Think things are just all dandy and fine. We got too damn lax.
Yeah. Damn, why do they keep shooting?
They're
Why
trying to take my head off. Is what they're trying to
I
do.
know, but all of us? Stop! Stop! Stop!
Please!
Stop! Yes. Ah! That's ridiculous. Because you're stupid. Are they going to kill all of us?
Keep us safe.
Father, please. Protect.
Those were gas rounds.
Yeah, they're good up your nose, but... Do we get out? Do we get out?
No, don't get up.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Okay. Okay.
God.
Okay.
God. Please keep
Okay,
us
there.
safe.
Okay, they got lasers still on us.
We got lasers still on us. Lavoy got out. I think they've killed Lavoy. They just shot gas rounds into the car. We're hunkered down in here trying not to get shot.
He's shooting. That's the window. He's shooting at the window.
Shooting more gas rounds. The gas is getting pretty thick in here.
God. Please.
Anyway,
Do we dare get out? I don't dare get out. Will they shoot me?
yeah, they'll shoot you.
How am I gonna get out? If I get...
Anyway,
Can we put a white flag out?
Yeah, I would put a flag out. Let's put a flag out.
Do we have a white flag? We have...
I'm not sure what they got. What you got?
There's a laser shooting right over here around this.
Okay. The gas dissipates.
He's trying to break this window. He's trying to break the window we're at.
Okay.
Does anybody have anything white? Does he
I
have
don't
a
know.
white bra on?
I can't get my shirt off. He's a laser trying to shoot this window.
Daisical.
He's got this window open here.
Speak to people. Anyway, they ambushed us on the way to John Day. And now they're shooting into our vehicle. And we're hunkered down. We do not have phone service at this location.
I surrender! Can we just surrender?
Okay, open the left door. Let's get out.
Okay!
That's you. Ryan, I don't know if you can get out. You get out first. Let her. Hands up. Hands up.
The boy's dead.
Sit. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on, sis. Hang on. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay.